Hey there, and welcome. If you're watching this, it probably means something absolutely amazing has just happened. You've got your Subclass 115 visa, and your new life in Australia is about to begin. So let's get you ready for what comes next. First off, seriously, a huge congratulations. That piece of paper in your hand makes you an official Australian permanent resident. We know the road to getting a remaining relative visa can be incredibly long, a lot of waiting, a lot of paperwork, but you did it. It has all paid off. Just take a moment to let that sink in. This is a massive deal. Okay, so you've got the visa. That's the key. But now the real adventure starts, right? Over the next few minutes, we're going to be your guide. We'll walk you through all the essential next steps, from that all-important first flight all the way to what your future could look like as a citizen. All right, first things first. We're diving straight into the most urgent part, getting ready for your arrival. These next steps are, and I can't stress this enough, absolutely critical. You've got to get these right before you even think about booking a flight. Okay, so before you start packing your bags, you've got a little homework. It's all about checking your documents. Number 1, your visa. Obvious, I know, but check it. Number 2, your passport. Make sure it's valid with plenty of time left on it. And number 3, this one is the big one. It's your first entry date. You need to know this date inside and out. So, what exactly is this first entry arrival date? Well, think of it like a non-negotiable deadline. It's printed right there in your visa grant letter, and you absolutely have to enter Australia for the first time before that date. It's what officially activates your visa, so you just can't miss it. But, life happens, and this is a question we hear all the time. It can be a real source of anxiety. What if that date is creeping up, and for whatever reason, you're just not ready to travel? What do you do? Okay, deep breath. The good news is there's a plan B. It's something called a Travel Facilitation Letter from the Department of Home Affairs. Now, there are a few rules. You have to prove you're planning to travel within the next year, and this is really important, you can only ask for it when you're less than 3 months away from your deadline. If they approve it, that letter is basically your new golden ticket to enter Australia. All right, so you've navigated your arrival, you've landed, and you're finally here. Welcome to Australia. Now, the whole focus shifts. It's no longer about getting to Australia, it's about living in Australia. And that means getting your head around your new rights and, just as important, your responsibilities. So what does being a permanent resident actually get you? Well, a lot. You can stay in Australia indefinitely, you can work and study, you're protected by Aussie law, and you get access to things like Medicare after a waiting period. But it's a two-way street. You must obey all the laws here, meet your visa conditions, and you've got to keep the Department of Home Affairs in the loop if your details, like your address, ever change. You might be thinking, how do I keep track of all this stuff? The answer is a little acronym, VEVO, or VEVO. Honestly, think of it as your new best friend. It's an online portal that's the one and only official source for all your visa details, your conditions, your rights, everything. You can even use it to show an employer you're good to work. So yeah, make sure you get to know VEVO. It's going to be super useful. Okay, let's fast forward a bit and look at the bigger picture. Because your permanent residency isn't just about living in Australia day to day. It's also about your freedom to travel. And eventually, that possible pathway to becoming a full-fledged citizen. Here's a really cool feature of your visa you need to know about. It comes with a built-in 5-year travel pass. What does that mean? It means for the first 5 years from when your visa was granted, you can fly in and out of Australia as much as you want, no stress. And where do you find the exact date that pass expires? You guessed it, it's right there in your VEVO account. So that leads to a pretty obvious question, right? What happens when those 5 years are up? Are you stuck in Australia forever? No, definitely not. You've got options. Basically, you've got 2 main paths you can take. Option 1, stay a permanent resident. To keep traveling, you'll just apply for what's called a resident return visa, or an RRV. It's kind of like renewing the travel part of your visa. Option 2 is the big one, become an Australian citizen. Once you meet the requirements, you can apply, and that means getting an Aussie passport and the freedom to come and go as you please.
Whew, okay. We've gone through a lot, haven't we? From the moment you land to your long-term future here. So let's boil it all down into a super simple checklist of the key things you should be thinking about right now.
Okay, here's your immediate to-do list. Ready? First, dig out that grant letter and find your first entry arrival date. Circle it, highlight it, whatever you need to do. Second, get online and play around with VEVO. Get comfortable with it. Third, while you're in VEVO, find that 5-year travel expiry date and stick it in your calendar. And fourth, the ongoing one, always fulfill your visa conditions and obey Australian laws. Simple as that. Look, this visa you've worked so hard for, it's more than just a document. It's the key that's just unlocked a brand new chapter for you and your family here in Australia. It's the start of something really special. The only question left is, are you ready to get started? Congratulations one more time and all the very best on this amazing journey.